I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
The Duke is a beastly and mysterious entity that we come across to quite frequently throughout Resident Evil Village. A character that, in absence of, Ethan would be left vulnerable against the other lords. Hi folks, I'm R, your narrator. This video contains spoilers about the story. With that said, let's continue.
If you truly wish to save your daughter, you must first gather the 4 flasks. I'll do you a personal favor. I've marked the Lord's locations on your map. Some treasures still lurk in this village. I'm sure each one will prove of great use to you.
Why are you doing all this?
Why, it's all part of our first-class customer service. Please do come again soon.
The Duke at first might seem like a figment of Ethan's imagination, as he is an unlikely character in an unlikely place. His large, overshadowing figure doesn't seem to be able to move around fast enough to be present in several rooms ahead of Ethan. We don't see the Duke moving around at all, only seeing him being stationary in specific places to conduct business with customers. It seems as if the Duke has very special abilities, which allow him to teleport into different locations at will. Another theory is that the Duke is able to teleport to designated places that he has already set up his business in, which some include his cart just outside of the castle and a room in Dimitrescu's castle. The Duke also seems to be invincible to any damage from weapons or attacks, as Ethan cannot destroy him in any way possible. The Duke doesn't even seem to be fazed by any weapons. He also seems to be all-knowing, as he's aware of any current events happening. He's aware of Ethan, who he is, and what he is intending to do in the village. He informs Ethan about where to find his daughter's flasks, and where Miranda is when she performs the ceremony. Duke also seems to know about Ethan's daughter's powers. Even though Ethan is unaware of Rose's powers, he has a full in-depth knowledge of the village history and the lords within it, including Mother Miranda. The Duke even has occasional meetings with them, as we find evidence of his scheduled meetings with Lady Dimitrescu. The Duke also conducts business with the residents of the village, as we find from a villager's diary that he sold them old newspapers from the outside of the village. The Duke also hints out that he knew of the merchant in Resident Evil 4, yet another mysterious character whose backstory is still undiscovered. The Duke also seems to be immune to the parasite, as we can see him fiddle around with a jar of the cadeau. How he got his hands on it is a mystery, as Miranda specifically synthesized them and gave one to each lord. Who is this monstrous overshadowing figure who goes by the name of Duke, and what are his intentions?
I am but a humble merchant.
Here?
Oh, forgive my manners. Call me the Duke. Now to business. Weapons, ammunition, healing salves, anything you desire, I can provide.
The Duke mentions on several occasions that his intentions are strictly business related in order to obtain more coins. But this proves to be not entirely true, as he aids Ethan in his quest to find Rose.
There you are. I had a feeling you would pop up here.
It was all worthless.
Is that so? I assume you've picked up something of value.
Not sure if it's of value, but...
Why, you have your daughter right in your own hands.
What are you saying?
Take a closer look. That flask seems to contain her head.
No. What?
Rose is...
Don't say another word!
Although the Duke seems to be unsided between the Mother Miranda's family and Ethan, as he does business with both sides, his devotion to aid Ethan is unarguable. The game starts with a book called The Village of Shadows, which is a direct allegory of the events in the village, containing metaphors of the Four Lords and Mother Miranda. The story of the book ends with the father sacrificing himself in order to save his daughter, exactly how the story unfolds in the game. This book seems to have been written decades ago, that it has become a folklore. Thanks to several commenters in my previous video, we can assume this book has been written by no other than the Duke, a cryptic character with powers of insight and future prediction, a character that is all-knowing with knowledge of current events, and even possibly prediction of the future. He tends to speak in riddles at times, and indirectly and sometimes directly aids and suggests to Ethan what to do in order to be successful in his search of Rose. As Duke already knew about Ethan and what he's in the village for, it's possible that he was unhappy with the current state of things, with Mother Miranda's cruel control over the village, and predicted a heroic character to come in order to save his daughter, which leads to destroying the cruel ruler, Mother Miranda.
Miranda!
Interesting. Your body certainly isn't normal.
Give Rose to me! Now!
You will see. Once I kill you properly,
Get her now! Let go!
I've spent a lifetime creating this moment, and you try to take it away from me. I will take what is due. My desires will be fulfilled! Rose is mine!
Towards the end, for the first time we see the Duke in his cart moving. Ethan is being taken to Mother Miranda, as the Duke already predicted this. It seems that the Duke is also leaving the village, as usually he would have had his business set up in specific locations of the village. Therefore, we can safely assume that the Duke has been waiting for Ethan for quite some time to take down Miranda.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone who is anyone has heard of the likes of you. A hero searching for his daughter.
However, if the Duke is so powerful that Miranda can't even hurt or control him, why doesn't he destroy Miranda himself? A question that could be only answered by theories. The Duke informs Ethan about the merchant in Resident Evil 4, yet another character that was present in several different locations and supplied Leon with many different weapons, who also is indestructible, as he keeps coming back after Leon's multiple efforts gunning him down. A character that has been theorized to have had the Las Plagas due to his glowing red eyes at night, a physical trait of other infected individuals in Resident Evil 4. I believe the merchants in Resident Evil universe, including the Duke, are from a higher house or place figuratively, which is untouchable. No one can destroy them, and nothing can infect or hurt them. In return, they cannot hurt anyone either, or even directly incite against someone. That is why the Duke keeps talking in riddles and only hints out what he can do to save his daughter. The merchants are also gifted with insight and the ability to be present in several different locations at once. They can possibly attend to many different customers at a given time. When the Duke is asked about who he is, he seemingly answers that he doesn't even know, despite his vast knowledge and insight.
Speaking of foolish questions, who or what are you?
Even I can't quite answer that.
Therefore, the merchants are possibly created by a higher power in order to conduct business, to provide that higher power with money and more power. But that doesn't mean that the merchants don't have conscience, as Duke clearly expressed a lot of emotion in the game. He genuinely cared about Ethan, he warned him that he won't be able to go back to his normal life after fighting Miranda, and he helped him immensely with finding Rose. That is it for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for more by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your host Dar. Till the next video, have a good day.